So here we are, it's a few hours before the Geneva Motor Show opens officially to the press. It's 11:25 in the evening, and this was unveiled just a few moments ago at the VW Group Night. Now, it's the new Lamborghini Huracan, and it is absolutely awesome in the flesh. The early renderings just did not do this car justice. So let's have a good look around. Our first chance to have a look at the new Lamborghini. Okay, let's give you some of the basic facts on this car. It has around 610 horsepower. It does over 330 kilometers an hour. It does 0 to 62 in 3.2 seconds. It's four-wheel drive, and it has a 5.2 litre V10 engine. It is that little bit extra than the Gallardo that it replaces. And there's no doubt that those figures are bang on a match for the 458 and the 12C. So the majority of the car is aluminium. And there's some really interesting things about the body shaping on here that I've managed to drag out of one of the designers earlier on. The early prototypes didn't have this really sharp creasing on the side and over here, and it looked too wide, looked too much like a Murcielago, too kind of blobby. But they've changed that. They've introduced some of these really lovely creases into the aluminium, and they've also admitted that that was actually quite hard to do. But anyway, the car looks better for it. Now, the other key thing about this car is this hexagon theme. I don't know whether you've noticed or not, but pretty much everything is related to a hexagon somewhere. So you've got hexagon in the wing mirror shape, you've got hexagon in the rear shape, you've got hexagon on the engine cover with the number of cylinders on it. You've got hexagons all over the interior as well, on the vents, on the shape of the main dash control. So it just seems wherever you look on this car, there is a hexagon. It's a really great shape. It has that typical Lamborghini kind of low and wide presence. It is just magnificent. So very much a driver-focused cockpit as you'd expect. So we have the very tall gear shift paddles. Remember, this is a twin clutch only gearbox, no manual here. You have the Sport Strada Corsa selector on the bottom of the steering wheel, which is unusual. I've not seen that before. We've used to see the Manettino from Ferrari, the kind of the small jelly bean, but here it is on the bottom of the steering wheel here on the Lamborghini. Interesting thing here as well is that this is a full screen, LCD screen here. It's around 11.5 inches, which means that there's no screen in the central dash anymore. So you can switch between various functions and various displays on the screen, from a kind of a hybrid mode between satellite navigation and your rev counter to a full screen. If you option the rear parking camera, you can see the rear view through the central display. So yeah, it's very, very typical Lamborghini. It has that driver-centric feel. Visibility looks okay, but you know, who cares really, to be honest. Yeah, it looks great, looks really good. Some nice toggle switches as well, and it has the Aventador style fighter jet kind of toggle flip up switch on button. I thought that was a reverse button sat on top of that kind of silver arch there, but it's not. It's actually a reverse lever. You pull it up to select reverse. Another nice little surprise and delight feature there from the Huracan. So there you have it. This is our first look at the new Lamborghini Huracan, which is named after a Spanish fighting bull, as you'd expect, an unbeaten Spanish fighting bull from the Andalusia region. Now, enough of that. Obviously, this car is all about how it drives, and we can't wait to drive it. So make sure you subscribe to Evo, and you will get the first video of this car on the road and hopefully on the track as well. It's a spectacular machine. I really don't know why they showed those renderings to start with of the car. It's so much better looking in the flesh. But as I say, subscribe to Evo TV and we'll bring you the first review of this car very soon.